Greetings, brothers and sisters in wealth. Welcome back to the First Church of Wealth. It's Sunday, August 12th, 2018, and this is the Most Reverend Johnson Fullmast. We're doing something a little different today as I have a new sponsor. Unfortunately, my boss at Cougars Canyon won't allow me to pitch any other sponsors, so I have found another place to record my sermon. All I can say is, rap studios have a very distinctive aroma, and my head is feeling kind of funny. That leads me into this week's sponsor. Please give a wealthy round of adulation to Revlock Glass. Revlock Glass is an artisan glass studio producing beautiful, functional glass pieces for tasteful clients. Revlock Glass specializes in specialty glass products, including glass pieces for recreational use. Special requests are welcome, and exotic requests are encouraged. Please visit Revlock Glass on Instagram at REVLOCKGLASS. That's at REVLOCKGLASS. Revlock Glass. Put some art to your lips. Now accepting West Coast clients in Washington, Oregon, California, and other friendly states. Now, for tonight's sermon, I want to share with you all something special. Before me, I have a passage from the good book itself. I have before me the first chapter of the Book of Wad. Wad has revealed its place in the world, and this book will enlighten all with Wad's wisdom and glory. Can I get a hallelujah, Wad? Please note that as with all things in service to wealth, any good or service mentioned herein may be sponsored by a business or individual. Do you want to be in the good graces of Wad? Tithe generously and sponsor your place in the Book of Wad. So, without further ado, I present to you an excerpt from the Book of Wad. The Book of Wad, being the first, last, and only words of Wad, compiled by Reverend Johnson Fullmast, for the instruction of those who thirst for the knowledge of wealth and how it makes you dead sexy. Now, seriously, have you ever seen the women these rich, nasty old guys hook up with? No. The Elderly Covenant, being the first part of the Book of Wad, wherein Wad demonstrated a certain ruthless efficiency and casual indifference to the humans it had made in its image. It made difficult rules that it expected to be followed to the letter. It placed tremendous obstacles in front of those who followed it in order to test their loyalty. Wad expected its followers to kill their enemies, their friends, even their family members, if a rule was broken. Hey, if you don't believe me, just keep going. Some of this stuff is just plain jacked up. The Book of Conception, Chapter 1. In the beginning, Wad created the heavens and the earth. Apparently, Wad didn't bother putting anything in the heavens because it was flat dark on earth. Wad was body surfing on the waters in the dark because that's its thing. Then Wad said, "Let there be light." Wad used to talk to itself a lot. But that was all it took to get some light. There wasn't any in the heavens, though. Must have been that recessed lighting I keep hearing about. That was Wad's work on day one. It moves fast. Now, on day 2, Wad created a firmament. Wad said it was called heaven. Wait, didn't Wad create the heavens back in verse 1? And what's this talk about the firmament separating the waters below and above? Maybe the outer edge of the universe is some crazy water park. That was some heavy lifting for day 2. Day 3 was really busy. First, Wad got the whole plate tectonics thing going, and dry land appeared. Redundantly, it called the dry land Earth, which was redundant. It called the water seas because the language of Wad is English. Everybody knows that. Then Wad called for some salad. That's where all the grass and herbs and trees came from. Hey, even marijuana came from Wad. But is that a grass or an herb? Doesn't matter, because it was all potential profit in the future. Thus, Wad finished day 3 with a salad and maybe some herb. After that, Wad got rid of the recess lighting. It made the sun and the moon, one for day and one for night. It also lit up the stars for nighttime entertainment. It feels good to know the rest of creation was an afterthought to our world. Just wait until we start looting the rest of the universe. Anyway, that was the 4th day. When Wad rolls up its sleeves, it really gets stuff done. Does Wad have sleeves? The next day, Wad started expanding the menu. It got busy making creatures in the water. It made birds in the sky. Thus, it created the need for fishing hooks and shotguns. That was it for day 5, but Wad is making me hungry. Day 6 was when Wad finished the main entree. It created all the creatures that would hang out on land for a bunch of millennia. If it walked, crawled, slithered, burrowed, flew a short way, and landed, or whatever, Wad put it on the earth. Then, on day 7, Wad decided to take a nap. It had been rather busy for a whole week, and it needed to catch up on its beauty rest. Thus, the 7th day was reserved for people to sleep in, unless there was wealth to be made. Then Wad said, "Hey, let's make some creatures that are like us. We makes them in our image, and they will rules over everything. These will be like us, our preciouses." This period of creation is known as the Golem phase. So it created man and invested in him jealousy and anger. Wad imbued man with a lack of mercy and favoritism. Wad sprinkled in grudge-holding, nitpicking, susceptibility to flattery, even a taste for barbecue. Wad did all these things for it created man in its image. Wad made a woman too. I'm glad it threw out the asexual reproduction design. It would be awkward to have the speaker in a board meeting suddenly pause, cross its eyes, and say, sorry, I just conceived. Alas, brothers and sisters, that concludes today's sermon. I will be sure to share more of the Book of Wad as soon as it becomes available. Once again, please visit this week's sponsor, Revlock Glass, on Instagram at REVLOCKGLASS. Give them some love so that they may keep loving us in return. Good night and wealth bless. Hallelujah!